Welcome to what's the name of the show?
Tush
The
Twins.
Tush Twins.
The Tush Twins.
Exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com. And to tell you the truth, I have no idea what we're going to talk about because it's completely beyond my control with these two women. Welcome.
That's right. First, we started off going, why are you buying an HP? they go kaplooey, I tell you.
I have a Dell now. It sucks.
Yeah, the only good Dell is the Farmer and the Dell. The other Dell.
What's the only good Dell? Is it dead Dell? I don't know.
You know, I don't know. Nope, I'm a Mac person. It's not perfect, but I generally found it to be a trustworthy piece of equipment. That's just me. You're a PC too, right, Malcolm? Yeah. Are we PC? Are we politically correct? I don't even know.
I'm generally what Best Buy has on a sale when I need a computer.
Okay, well, I'm like it has to. We're an Apple family.
I'm not a techno person or a tech person.
So here we are, right? Auntie Cuckoo's the redhead. So this is another episode of the Tush Twins, right? The Tush Twins.
Yeah, and I don't know why I got involved with you guys.
Because you think we're crazy.
We're cute.
You wanted a crazy show.
I wanted a crazy show. People that would come on to listen to the show because you don't know what the hell you're saying.
We don't.
So what is that? So where's that leading us now?
That leads us to the path of inanity. It leads to the 6 o'clock news.
Okay, well, I mean, I know there's different shows on podcasts, etc., with 20-somethings rattling off horse crap for an hour. So I figured if the 20-somethings could rattle off horse crap for an hour, so can the 60+ rattle off horse crap for an hour.
Hey, Max, when I'm on the phone to you, our goodbyes say about 45 minutes.
Pretty much, but we start getting into all different topics.
Yeah, because then your dog starts barking, he has to go, and soon he's going to go in the bedroom floor.
I'm out. Yeah, I already did one podcast this morning as well, and I know you did too. So sometimes you just get talked out, right, Paul?
What? Huh?
What?
Huh?
So at this point, we're 60+ years of friendship and have a whole crap load of stuff that we can talk about. We were trying to figure out today what we should maybe hit on. And you said, well, we used to go to the Village, and since we lived in Brooklyn, we called it the city.
The city. Going to the city.
Well, right. You went to the city no matter where you lived in New York. If you went into Manhattan, it was a city.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Bronx, Queens, whatever, it was a city.
We used to go, when we were 13, I used to go for my voice lessons on 73rd Street in Amsterdam. Max would go with me.
Right.
And from there, we'd go down to the Village.
Or I'd wait for her. Mm-hmm. And all I would hear in the waiting room was, knee, knee. It's like she would do these vocal exercises, and then sometimes I would just pop off and go to Papaya King. It was across the street, or sometimes we'd even get it after. But if we went, but a lot of times we went not just to your voice lesson, but we went into the Village, and we went.
Well, it was only one stop away on 70 on the IRT, or 2 stops. You stopped on 42nd
from Brighton.
No, from 72nd Street.
Oh, 72nd. Yeah, you could take.
It was straight down there.
We used to get 42nd Street, and I don't know, 42nd Street, 34th Street, and
no, it was 4th Street. It depends if you got a local or express.
No, this was the express.
Okay, so we would try to
express.
Yeah, so we would go down. We get into the Village somehow, and we used to think we were kind of adult because there was an Italian restaurant that, they had nice table service, and it was 2 of us just sitting there. We were all grown up ordering.
13 years old.
What was? I don't remember the name of the restaurant. Do you?
Giorgio's.
Giorgio's,
right in the corner of Waverly.
Okay.
I think it was
Waverly
right
Place.
I met a boy called Frank Mills, December in front of the Waverly. Unfortunately, I lost his address.
That was my favorite movie theater, the Waverly.
I've been to
I've
the
been
Wave
there a lot of times,
a million
especially
times.
for the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh yeah. And
Well,
then, well,
now,
I lived my first place when after I graduated college, I live on Bleecker Street.
yeah,
West,
Bleecker.
Bleecker
Yeah.
and West
We
10th.
got the head shops on Bleecker.
Yeah, well,
Well,
we
that was
used
further
to,
down. That was further east, but it was a very residential area.
but we
But
used to
some
go,
great restaurants and bakeries.
we used to have our Italian nice proper lunch, whatever the lunch special was, and we
It
were,
was
oh,
$4.99. It was
get
ziti
some,
and meat sauce.
right, a ziti, meat sauce, and a salad, and it was a nice glass, a nice tableware,
And
and
how
it's
old
like
were you? How old were you guys?
like
We started at
13.
13.
13.
Yeah.
That's young, yeah.
So then we'd go to like West 8th Street though, and we'd go shopping,
We
and
go to the poster mat.
we got posters at the poster mat, and then what happened? The
We go to the
monkeys came along and
oh
opened the
my God.
boutique shop, right?
Head. It was called Head.
It was called Head. We didn't understand what head meant then, but it's like,
But there's several interpretations. You mean a head shop or head?
Well,
it was called Head. Didn't they do a song or something called Head?
A movie called Head.
Right. Mr. Bobbly, what was it? Mr. Bobbly Dom? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I was a Davy fan.
We get our posters. So. Yeah. We used to get our posters. That was like 67, 68.
Right. So we would go to the monkeys just because we thought we'd be closer to the monkeys if we went into the store. And I bought this thing, this beautiful like top that came down midway, and it was like one of the things that Davy wore in one of the episodes. I splurged. My parents gave me some extra money to buy it because that's what I wanted. It was like a thing, and we used to just kind of drool over everything in the monkey store. I
got my posters, my Mickey Dolenz posters there.
Oh, and how many of those did you have?
Well, between Tiger Beat and all the other teen magazines, I had about 550 Mickey Dolenz and Beetle posters all over my.
And where did you put them?
On my ceiling.
Yes.
On your ceiling? Uh-oh.
Yes. She put Mickey Dolenz was on every inch of her ceiling, wall, closet, books, you name it. Mickey Dolenz was there.
Did you ever get to meet Mickey?
Yes, I did.
Because it wasn't Phil, your brother, a friend of his, or because I met Mickey, I think, through Phil.
I met Mickey when the guys did a 30 Years of Rock and Roll tour. And we were able to get Mickey. Remember we showed you that video?
Yes.
We got Mickey to give like a 2 or 3 minute thing to Paula. When I said my friend had you all over her walls, if you would eat a particular thing like chili and vanilla malteds, even though chili didn't always go well with you. And so he sat down, he looked into the camera, and Mitch filmed it. And he went, "Hi, Paula." But he did a whole thing. I don't even know where that video is now.
I remember he said, "I love redheads. I wish you were around when I was younger."
Right.
And I went, "Oh."
He was really nice. He was really nice.
So sweet, and he signed a T-shirt for me.
Right. And then I got to meet Davy when the guys did another thing at the in Disney in America Pavilion in Epcot. And I got to meet Davy, and I was starstruck. Like, this was unfortunate. We lost him, we lost Mitch, but just meeting him was like the biggest thrill for me to meet. Like, I remember when I saw them at the Ed Sullivan Theater rehearsing, when Tony Orlando, when I went to see my brothers in the CBS, the Ed Sullivan Theater, they had offices where Colbert has offices now, and Letterman had offices. But this was, when Sullivan was still there, and the monkeys were off, and I wanted to see the rehearsal and cook down, but Tony, I pulled off. I said, "I want to see
Now I hate to say it, Max. Now you're freezing.
Do one numbers.
Paula, can you hear her?
I'm freezing. You just froze also. Hi. Am I back?
No, I hear your voice, but you're freezing, and Paula's freezing. Well, let's keep on going on and see what happens. And
I see her moving.
Yeah, I see Bennett moving.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. I'm moving. I know that.
I don't know. No, you actually froze up for a minute. This yeah.
No, now you're fine.
I don't know. The gods must be crazy.
Well, that we know.
True. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
That was a good movie.
With the Coca-Cola bottle.
The Coca-Cola bottle, yeah.
At the end with it, yeah, it was. I actually should see that again. It was a really good movie. But anyway, so we're kind of going off on the side here. But we did go to the village, and then in later years, when the war was really kind of raging in Vietnam.
World War II?
Yeah, no, I was not born.
No, I don't think so.
Not Korea? World War II, Vietnam, and
that would go into the occupation. Sorry.
Whatever, military occupation, and we went to the village, and we went to Washington Square Park.
And we'd find a group of people hanging around.
I brought my guitar.
I brought the bongos.
You bought the bongos, and
I wore a derby.
Right.
I had buttons all around it, and it was Mitch's derby I stole. And I had buttons from everything. Frodo lives. Peace,
make love, not war.
So I wore that, and we would go into the village, and we'd start singing protest songs.
Right.
And we wrote one. Well, we kind of.
Well, I didn't write a protest song. No, I'm writing them more now than I did then.
Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more.
Well, we did like, 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Hell, I don't give a damn. Next stop is Vietnam. Yeah.
But Maxine and I, we weren't even stoned, but we were stoned. We were high on life.
Right. High on life. Song. Yeah, sure. Tell that to your mother.
Well, Mom. Mom, she's looking down at us going, you two girls are getting in trouble again. We're always in trouble. But yeah, so what were you saying there?
Well, we were
Paula Rose.
One day Maxine and I started doing a poetry thing, and Maxine strummed a guitar, and we went, why is the sky high?
And then you'd go on the bongos.
Because it smoked too much.
Right.
I think I saw you. Did you ever appear at the Figaro Cafe on?
We used to hang out at the Figaro Cafe. Figaro.
Yeah, Cafe Figaro. Absolutely.
That was a big place.
Yeah, we used to go there, and we used to hit a lot of the coffee spots, even though we didn't even drink coffee. I
tried my cappuccino, my orange cappuccino. I thought it was so cool.
You're a Miss Sophisticate,
Yeah, that's I came a little after you guys, but I remember all those spots. Again, as I say, I lived when I was in college. I used to go to the village a lot, and then after I graduated, I lived in the village. Used to go. Do you ever guys go to Gertie's Folk City?
I don't think I've been. Cafe Wa.
We used to go to Cafe Wa. We've been to the Electric Circus.
Oh, that's weird, the Electric Circus. Yeah, you had to be stoned in order to stay there.
Never stayed
there. They had so many lights going off and on with pictures on the wall.
Right. Yeah, no, I didn't.
Trudy Hellers.
I don't remember that. I mean,
if you were straight, you'd throw up.
We would try to stay by the door so we can hear performers at like the bitter end. We couldn't really, I don't think they carded people, but we were kind of young. They weren't letting us in much.
Well, you were about 13, weren't you? Or
Well, at that point we were
About 15 or 16.
15 or 16, but
remember, you could drink at 18 back then.
This is true, but we didn't look 16. We looked 14 or 12.
Well, you look about 14 now.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love you, Malcolm.
I will be younger soon enough.
Yeah, I know. Well, that we'll have a whole show on that. Between your business of
edibles
and face things, and yeah, man, I don't know. I think we were both also nervous in that time of Vietnam because Paula's brother Ronnie was in the Navy and Mitch was drafted and he was going into the Army, and it was really scary for me as a younger sister. Phil was nervous, and I think Ivy was too young to kind of realize stuff.
He was too young,
but it was, I felt really nervous and scared. And, they used to show them in the news, unlike now, they would show coffins coming back off military planes.
Well, right? that was the body count, I remember.
Right.
Yes.
But that brought it home. It brought it home. And when you're young and you see that, could you imagine them showing 615,000 coffins now of all the people that died of COVID?
But they do that, but not in this country. They show it in India where lining up on the streets.
But it was a scary thing, and to me, just thinking about that and worrying, that Mitch was going to go overseas, and I
was lucky because Ronnie was with the NATO crews. He was in Vietnam, but he wasn't in the
wasn't combat.
Not in combat, but he was with the NATO cruises, so he was lucky.
But he was taken closer to home as 13, 16-year-old girls. Were you afraid to go late at night on the subway?
No, they wouldn't let. My parents wouldn't let me go.
After 7 o'clock weren't allowed.
So you guys had a curfew.
Okay. Yeah, we could not go into no subway after a certain time.
We had to be home at a certain time, and if we were late, we'd make up songs on the train.
Oh yeah, I remember Rocky Raccoon.
Do you know the lyrics of Rocky Raccoon?
I don't know all of them, but Rocky Raccoon went into his room only to find Gideon's Bible. Well, we made it a Jewish Bible. We just we just changed the words around.
Well, isn't that the only Bible?
Is it?
No.
It's just Gideon's Bible.
That's the old Bible.
That's the old Bible. There's Old Testament.
There's only one Bible
New
according
Testament.
to the Jews.
Yeah, I have one Bible.
There's no New Testament.
It's called, there's three. There's Reform, there's Conservative, there's Orthodox, there's Hasidic, there's Ultra Orthodox, and then there's a new one, which I am a member of, Sub-Reform.
That's
Reform,
what I'm a member of.
And then there's Sub-Reform, and we're both members, right? Yeah. We're starting our own shul.
Yes.
the Sub-Reform shul.
I think I was Sub-Reform way before you were.
Well, yeah, because I got bat mitzvahed in the Ocean Parkway, the Brighton Beach Jewish Center, which was Orthodox, and it wouldn't even let me go.
On Brighton 12th Street?
No, it's on Ocean Parkway.
Oh, okay.
Off of Neptune.
No, because I had my affair. I was bar mitzvah.
You had an affair at 13? Why, you dirty young man.
Well, who I was telling.
No, my brother had his bar mitzvah there too.
I was interviewing.
You're breaking up.
You're breaking up. It's hard to do.
No, Malcolm.
Someone's frozen. I'm not frozen. I don't think. No, you two are frozen. But
breaking up a bit hard to do.
Okay, go do it.
Now I know that's. Well, you can't do a duet on Zoom. It's impossible. Unless one sings and then stops and then the other person sings. You can't sing.
But anyway, you guys are free. Both of you are free.
Well, there's so many people using it now. I think it's just over.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you froze before. So, Paul,
I'm not freezing.
Can you hear? Can you guys
froze.
hear me? Okay.
Doesn't matter. We all froze.
You all froze. We're 20 minutes into the show and
Can
you're
you hear
frozen.
me?
What kind of? I can hear you. What kind of shows are these? You're freezing.
I can hear you.
Okay. Anyway, I was telling. I had a show up close and personal. I had this comedian, Stewie Stone, who did the.
I don't know.
Okay, what do we do now? You guys are frozen.
Yeah. And what are you doing in the Catskills?
Oh, and Stewie was a comedian.
He said, "Shalom, shalom."
No, he was a student in the. He was a comedian in the Catskills. So I said, "That's the only place, you know, they have these big signs." I don't remember driving up there, and it says, "Have your affair at the Catskills for weddings and bar mitzvahs," and then said, "Have your affair under rabbinical supervision." Yeah, I can imagine the rabbi says, "I'm sorry, you can't have anything. He's not circumcised."
Well, I don't know.
Only circumcision men can have an affair.
Really?
Yes.
What hotel did you go to?
Did they put the hole in the sheet? That's what I want to know. Yeah. You know, you talked about hole in the popcorn last week. I'm talking about the hole in the sheet now.
Well, that's about the moral who saved his tips to get ahead.
That's right.
And then it's a drum roll.
Boom. But anyway, I mean, it's just pretty nuts to think of kind of the crazy things that we.
Well, did you get in any scary situations of being two young kids in a you know, that was a pretty dicey type of community.
No, we never got into any problems in those days. We used to take the subway since we were like 10 years old by ourselves. No. We never got into trouble. We never had any situations.
Well, I had one situation when I worked at the Shorefront Y and I walked to the Y every day on the boardwalk. And one time I noticed like this guy kind of following me, and then it kind of happened the next day. And I told Phil, and he actually followed me in the car one time to see if this guy was around. I think the guy would have had a big problem. But there was a time when I was really scared for about a week that some guy was just randomly, and then I changed my way to go, right? So, you
walked onto the boardwalk.
No, I took Brighton first, and then I went up to Brighton,
Ocean Court, Brighton Water Court.
Ocean Avenue. Bright Water Court. I just took different routes going from then on. And then my dad goes, "No, I want you to walk up Ocean Parkway to Brighton Beach and walk on Brighton Beach Avenue."
Yeah, well, that was always busy.
Right. So that's how I walked.
Yeah, but you guys, like when you went, you said you went to your vocal lessons on 73rd Street.
And we were crazy.
72nd Street, that area over there.
Yeah, it wasn't the nicest.
It was at Needle Park.
Yeah, it was.
That's they had the movie with was it Al Pacino?
Mm-hmm.
Needle Park.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think so.
That was scary a little bit. It was a little.
I never found it scary. I used to do it myself when you weren't with me every Saturday morning.
But
I don't know.
They have great apartment houses there. The hotel, the Ansonia Hotel.
Oh, Plato's Retreat.
Tell me about what you know about Plato's Retreat.
I've never been there, but I've heard about it.
You went there to see Bette Midler. She wasn't Plato's Retreat. Bette Midler was. It was before that. It used to be known as the Continental Baths.
Baths, yeah.
Which was a gay bathhouse. And you know who her piano player was? Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow, right? I remember.
He just came out. He told people he's gay now.
Really?
Barry Manilow is gay?
It took a long. Really? You could have fooled me. Like no one really knew, right? I mean, you always knew that.
No, that's untrue. Who seems very effeminate is one of your neighbors.
What?
Who's Neil Sedaka? Does he seem?
Oh, but he's so straight. He's straight.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, but he seems very effeminate from when he started.
Yeah, there are certain men that are.
He's been married for like 60 years. Same wife. They had, I think, 7 kids.
Yeah, my mom
How
used to
many
play
kids?
mahjong with his mother.
I think he has 5 kids or 5 daughters or something like that.
Yeah, and there was also Neil Diamond's mom. They had the shop Diamonds.
Yeah, Diamonds.
Right.
And of course, everybody thought Johnny Mathis was gay. Okay, that was a joke.
He's not. Oh my God!
Did I miss something? Yeah, I mean, you know, we had quite a group of terrific performers come out of where we lived, you know, and Neil Sedaka and Neil Diamond are 2 of them. And
well, course, I mean, my favorite performer, Marv Albert.
You know, right, Marv
Albert.
Or Fricktick's where we went to get appetite, you know.
Yeah, I think his family owned what, a vegetable store or something.
No, it was an
advertising store.
A little mini grocery store.
Well, you were able to get, you know, lox, cheeses. You know, I would go there and get. My dad liked farmer cheese. He would send me. He would send me there with, you know, $5 and say, get me a half a pound of farmer cheese or whatever. I would go there a lot, and I never liked lox, but I had to tolerate it because it was all on the counters, and I never liked that.
Well, I didn't like lox until I got older, probably like in my 30s, and I was looking for jobs. So to take a job for fun, I became a captain in a French restaurant in Los Angeles, Beaudry's.
Whoa.
And I had to dress up in the tuxedo.
But you like tuxedos.
I liked no, that was fine. And then I didn't have to decide what I had to dress in. So I always had my tuxedo. And since it was a French restaurant, and I used to put on a French accent.
So
they thought I knew what I was doing.
Would you like some escargot, or would you like to just go?
Yeah.
You know?
Or the only reason I could get away with it because they were all convention people. They didn't know anything about gourmet dining. But all the other waiters and the busboys, they loved lox. It was amazing because we used to have this big whole salmon there. And the hardest thing for me to do was cut thin slices of lox. I could never do that.
Zabar's
favorite food.
Zabar's cuts really good lox. Paula like lox. I don't go near fish, right?
I go near any fish, any type of fish. I'll eat it.
Not me. I am the polar opposite.
I fell in love with sushi.
No,
I love sushi.
The only sushi I would like is if there was her name was, you know, if it was a person named Sushi, not the fish.
Sushi Lin, whatever her name is, the one that won the Olympics.
No, don't say that. No, that's not nice.
What is it, Sue Lin? What's her name? Sue Lin?
You know, Suni or something? Lee?
No, the one that won the gold medal.
Suni Lee or something like that?
I don't remember.
Suni Lee, I think.
I quickly forget.
But
anyway, getting back to you guys in the village.
Yeah. Okay.
We love the village. We go to all the head shops and buy all kinds of little junk stuff and pipes, which we never smoked out of.
Yeah, right? the head shops were basically, you know, for drugs.
Yeah, they still are. No, there's still there's still enough shops that sell, but now it's legal, so they're really doing good.
What's funny, now that it's legal, I haven't done marijuana in like 20 years, but that's because nobody I know does it anymore.
I do. I don't smoke. I never really smoked. I smoked when I was younger because we found Mitch's stash a couple of times.
Did we now?
Well, not out of my mouth.
Giving away secrets.
Oh, no one. We always knew Mitch was the head of the company.
Yes, he's the head of the company.
He was the head. As a matter of fact, that was his nickname. The head.
The head.
No joke. See, we use that phrase a lot in this show today. So that's to be the title of the show, The Head.
No, not when you talk about tushes.
We got to go both parts, you know, all parts. We don't discriminate on parts. It's all parts.
But it gives head a whole different meaning.
This is true. Good head has different meanings, you know?
Okay, enumerate.
I'm not.
Okay, Paula. Give us definitions of head.
Okay, head.
Well, I want to hear the show. I was speaking to a friend of mine in New York. Actually, he was in New Jersey, but he, talking about podcasting. He said, most important thing about podcasting, make it controversial.
Right. Well,
so we have to talk about
it's not the most important thing.
What's the most important thing?
Most important thing is to probably do a podcast about crime. That's, the crime podcasts are the ones that get like Serial and all these true crimes. People like blood and gore. They just like.
What would you do about when I got arrested that time? We'll do a whole show on that.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to do a crime show. That's right.
Yeah, I want to do a show about it when you were a Playboy bunny.
Well, that's another show.
And then we could do it. And I don't know if we could do it X-rated. And then we'll just excuse Max out of the pictures so she won't be embarrassed.
Well, I had an interlude in the Playboy bunny bathroom, but I'm not going to talk about that now.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't an interlude. It was something I heard. It was these two women. I'm not going to go into it.
Two women in the Playboy bathroom, and then you want to end it, right? Or this is the teaser for next week.
Exactly. That's where it stops. We're stopping here. Two women in the Playboy. That was when we took my brother-in-law for his 18th birthday or 21st birthday. I forgot which it was.
In New York?
Was I behind the counter using the helium?
I don't remember. You made sure he got that. Whoever was at our table gave the bunny dip to him all the time. So he was a happy boy.
Paula, did you save your tails?
Yes, I have my tail and my ears.
Your ears? Okay.
Can you show them to us next time?
Next week, I'll have my ears on.
Okay. And you have your tail?
I have my tail.
I have a bunny Max tail.
Can you fit into the outfit? Can you fit into the outfit?
I don't think so. If I had one, you know what? I might be able to if I had it.
Well, that's good. I don't mind if it's a little tight. Under that note.
You give dirty old man a new meaning, man.
No. That's your governor.
Don't start me on him. Don't start me.
Don't start.
Don't start. Don't start.
Don't
start. But all I know is that our Supreme Court judge, our former, I don't even use the word that
not to be named, not to be mentioned.
Right. And many other congressmen have actually done physical things that include, bad stuff.
Well, for my thing is, what I'm laughing at is they're talking about Cuomo, and they say, and 11 women have said he's done things to them. How many women have come against our former president?
17.
17. And still
but
counting.
No problem. That doesn't count.
It doesn't count
anyway,
at all.
guys, I don't know what we'll talk about next week, but we'll continue with you in the bathroom at the Playboy Club with two women. Bye.
Yeah, that was quite the story. Ta-ta.
Shalom.
As Ruthie would say, ta-ta, shalom, shalom.
Shalom. And we'll tell Les not to listen to these stories.
I think if Les and Dennis listened to it, it would not be on the air after that. All right.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.
Take care, Maine.
Bye.